Hello everybody. Today what we're going to be doing is a boxing workout on the fundamentals of boxing, and within that we're going to be looking at your boxing stance, your guard, the 6 basic punches in boxing, slipping, rolling, the 4 different directions of movement, and then we'll go into some basic and advanced shadow boxing. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is get our boxing stance. In St. Catherine's Boxing Club we do toe to heel stance. So if you can see my feet here from the side, feet are shoulder width apart and 1 foot slightly back. If you're an orthodox, it's feet shoulder width apart, your right foot goes back. If you're a southpaw, your left hand and your right with your left hand, your left foot goes back. Okay? Once you've got your boxing stance then, I want you to bring your hands up here. Okay? The next thing we're going to move on to is our punches. So the first 2 punches in boxing are your straight punches. Okay? You've all been doing this at the start of every session in the boxing club, so this one is no different. Okay? Nice straight punches, full extension on the punches, turn your hips, turn your shoulders, and bring your heels up off the ground. Okay? So looking at it from the side, nice and long. See that turning my shoulders, turning my hips, bringing my heels up off the ground. Okay? From there then we want to go into our uppercuts. So again, they're out there, bringing the punches up, bringing the weight of your body up through the punch, heels are coming up off the ground, hips and shoulders are turning. While one hand is defending, the other hand is attacking. Okay? There it is from front on. So remember, your opponent is always in front of you. So that's where you should be punching, not out there. Okay? Just out in front. The same now with your hooks. Okay? Elbows up at shoulder height, like I show you. Okay? And you're turning your hips, turning your shoulders, and bringing your heels up off the ground. Okay? Looking at it from the side. So see the way my elbow is up at shoulder height as it turns? Like that. Again, while one hand is attacking, the other hand is defending. Okay, the next thing we're going to move on to now is your slipping. So as we've always been showing you in the boxing club, for you to slip correctly, you need to be in your boxing stance. Okay, if I want to slip out to my right, my left foot is going to stay planted, and I'm going to take a small step with my right foot. As I step, look at my head and my leg, they move at the same time, don't they? And they come back in at the same time. So you go out of your boxing stance and back into it after you slip. The one thing I don't want to see is a big slip over here, because that's not practical and you're going to lose lots of time there. We're only looking to slip the width of the boxing glove. Okay? So there it is from the side. Small step and back into your boxing stance. If you want to slip over to the left side, your right foot stays planted. Same thing, hands up, head and the leg move together. Okay? So you slightly bend your knees as you're slipping over. Okay? From the side on, just a small slip, taking the step, moving your head out of the way of the shot. Again, you're only looking to slip the width of a glove, so don't let it be anything else. Okay? The next thing we want to move on to then is your rolling. So with rolling, there's a couple of things you need to do at the same time. The first thing is, you need to have your hands up. You don't need to roll all the way down here. Why? Because you're just looking to dip under the punch. Okay? So you've got to bend your knees, keep your hands up there, and look at your opponent as you're rolling. So for every roll there's 2 steps. So this roll here, if I'm rolling out to my left, I step with my left and then my right. And if I'm rolling to the right, I move my right and then my left. Okay? So that's your roll. You want to keep your body upright as you're rolling with the punches. What I don't want to see is this one, rolling out there like that, because you'll get caught with an uppercut out there. You're more likely to be caught with an uppercut, so we don't want you to do that. Okay? And we call this here maintaining our shape, and we've shown you all of this in the boxing club. Okay? The next thing we want to move on to is the 4 directions. So you can go forwards, you can go backwards, you can go left, and you can go right. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is move forward. If I want to move forward, the first thing I do is I'm in my boxing stance. Okay, if I want to move forward, I move with my front leg first and then my back leg. Okay, so as you can see, I'm stepping out and I have no balance, and then I bring my back leg in and I have my balance, and I'm back into my boxing stance again. If I want to move backwards, hands are up, I move my back leg first, and then my front leg, and I'm back into my boxing stance. If I want to move to the left, I step with my left foot, and then my right foot. And if I want to step to the right, I move my right foot, and then my left foot. The most important thing I want you to remember in that movement is, when you're finished doing the movement, you need to be back into your boxing stance. If you're not, there's a chance that you're going to be off balance. If you're off balance and you get caught with a punch, you're going to fall over. Okay? So that's that. So there are the 5 things that I wanted to show you to start off with. Take your time when you're finding your boxing stance. When you're doing your punching mechanics, okay? Do them correctly, do them slowly, there's no rush. If you do them slowly, you learn a little bit more about those punches. And if you learn a little bit more and you're doing them much better, then you can increase your speed, okay? It's the same with your slipping, and the same with your rolling, and the same with moving forwards, backwards, left and right, okay? So don't rush anything, take your time. So the next thing I want to do is start off with some basic shadow boxing, okay? So I want to see everybody into their stance, up on their toes, and the first thing we're going to do is step in with a straight 1-2, okay? So like this from the side. So I'm in my boxing stance up with my toes, I'm going to step in 1-2, and I'm going to take a half a step back so I don't get caught with a shot. That's what I want you to practice. I want you to practice stepping in, same hand, same leg, and taking a half a step out. Now if you look at me taking a half a step out, I'm going back, I'm moving my back leg first and then my front leg, okay? So again, there it is, step in 1-2, and step back, okay? Hands up all the time. The next thing I want to show you is double jab backhand, okay? So from the side, again, I'm up with my toes, hands are up nice and high, in my boxing stance. I'm going to step forward with 3 punches, double jab backhand, take a half a step out. So you're offensive, going forwards, and now you're offensive, or you're defensive by defending, okay? We're taking that half a step back. So again, open your toes, step in, double jab, backhand, take a half a step back, hands up, nice and high. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is 1-2 slip backhand. Again, you've done all these punches, so take your time. I'm in my boxing stance, okay? I step in 1-2, I slip his punch, and I counter with the backhand. Take a half a step out range again, okay? So I'm up my toes, step in 1-2, slip, punch, step out, okay? And there are your 3 basic combinations that I want to show you. The next thing I want to show you is a 2-phase attack, okay? So you have 2 different combinations of punches, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to step in 1-2, we're going to slip, and we're going to counter with 3 punches. Now, there's a couple of things that you need to know about what I'm doing there. The first attack is 1-2 with same hand, same leg. Then I slip, and I'm walking opposite hand, opposite leg for them 3 punches. So by the time I'm finished, I'm back into my boxing stance, okay? So again, I'm up on my toes like this, look, and I'm going to step in 1-2, slip, 1-2, 3, and I'm back into my boxing stance again, okay? Now, the next thing I want to show you is double jab backhand, and slip and throw another backhand. So here I am again, up on my toes, hands up, ready to react. Step in, double jab backhand, slip, backhand. Take a half a step out again. There it is, double jab backhand, slip, punch. And that's that one, okay? The next thing I want to show you is the jab, lean back, jab. Look, jab, lean back, jab. So you're jabbing, you're leaning back just enough to slip the width of the glove, and then you're getting in again with your own punch. Look, jab, lean back, jab. Okay, very simple. Jab, lean back, jab. Hands are up all the time. I don't want to see this jab and your lead hand dropping down there, okay? You're going to get caught with a punch. Okay, so jab, hand up nice and high, jab again. Okay, and that's a very basic lean back. The next thing I'm going to show you from there is jab, lean back, double jab backhand. So look, jab, lean back, double jab backhand, half a step out. Very simple. Jab, lean back, double jab backhand, take a half a step out. Okay, so you're offensive with the punches, you're defensive by leaning back, and you're offensive again. The next thing I want to show you, and it's the last thing, is another lean back combination. So you can go jab, lean back, 1, 2, take a half a step back. Very simple, okay? Jab, lean back, 1, 2, take a half a step back, and that's it. Okay, so they're your more advanced combinations that I've shown you. Like I said to you at the start of the video, take your time. There's no rush when you're doing these punches or your mechanics. Take your time, go through them nice and slowly, whether you're slipping, whether you're rolling, whether you're leaning back, whether you're moving forwards, backwards, left or right. The slower you do it, the more time you have to think about it, the more you can actually learn and become better at it. The better you become at it, the faster you can go, and then obviously the faster you go, the more skill you get. Okay, so take your time, learn as much as you can from it. And for our boxers, I've also got a 2-page booklet based on exactly what I've shown you in the video. So you can learn by reading and by watching the video as well. Okay, thanks guys.